Good morning, everybody. You're listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall as we are streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio. Help, everybody. We made it to Friday, so good morning to you. Happy Friday. As we're sitting on a beautiful, cool morning here, 54 degrees currently. As we're looking to get into the upper 80s today, maybe even near 90, as we look at mostly sunny skies, as the weather's been beautiful the last few days. With that being said, too, with the expectation of the weekend and its weather, looking at lows in the upper 50s for tonight, upper 80s for tomorrow and Sunday, with lows in the 60s. So Saturday and Sunday looking gorgeous. Chance of rain then on Monday and Tuesday, which we could use in lieu of the pollen that's everywhere on the cars and everything else to kind of wash that away a little bit in lieu of allergies. But nonetheless, beautiful weekend here as we made our way towards the end of the week, and obviously absolutely a lot to talk about, a lot to go over with yesterday's events of sports within the United States here now canceling and everything, and due to corona virus, as there is a lot to so to speak talk about. I wanted to start first with right here a little bit local within our own states. The Florida Department of Health confirms new COVID-19 cases within Florida. During the overnight, the Florida Department of Health confirmed new coronavirus cases through the Florida area, including Volusia, Seminole, Hillsborough, and Miami-Dade counties. As officials say that the officials say the patient is a 42-year-old man in the Miami-Dade County area, and it's believed that he came into contact with an international traveler. This marks 17 new cases within 24 hours, one of which includes a 7-year-old man in Volusia County. The Florida Department of Health has confirmed 4 cases so far in Central Florida, 3 in Volusia, 1 in Seminole. And from what I understand at the moment, for our broadcasting area, we have no confirmed cases in Marion County at the moment. In lieu of the 68-year-old man in Altamonte Springs, he tested positive for the coronavirus at the Advent Health Altamonte Springs Hospital. He was treated and released from the emergency room and is now in isolation. His case has been traced back to the Nile River cruise in Egypt. It says here, Seminole County officials are urging people to obviously take certain precautions, extra precautions. They're now limiting public gatherings at this time. And if they see a large number of cases, then they may do something like that even more. It says in the Tampa area, a 49-year-old woman in Hillsborough County tested positive for COVID-19, confirmed with the Florida Department of Health. She is isolated and will continue to remain so until the has been cleared by the health officials, with the health department stating that this is a travel-related case and associated with travel to Europe. And while many patients with the virus are older, there have been quite a few younger patients who have tested positive for COVID-19, such as a 25-year-old woman from Brevard County and a 20-year-old from Texas woman who is visiting the same county. The virus has caused one of the world's most popular theme parks to close, obviously, too, in response to COVID-19. Obviously, with the mentioning of the Thursday statement, a Disney spokesperson said that the company is closing Walt Disney World Resort and Disneyland Paris Resorts effective to close of business Sunday, March 15th through the end of the month. Disney Cruise Line is also suspending its new departures starting Saturday, March 14th through the end of the month. The company announced that Disneyland in California would be doing the same thing. Universal Orlando Resort followed the suit with announcing that they will temporarily close its parks, effective at the close of the business day on Sunday, March 15th. Park officials said they expect their parks to remain closed through the end of the month. With that, it's carried through obviously with what we heard with sports. The NCAA tournament, men's and women's basketball, has been canceled, as well as we know from yesterday with the 2020 NBA season, as now the round one of the TPC at Sawgrass Players Championship got underway yesterday in Jacksonville is now canceled for the last 3 rounds, as they've gotten 1 round in, but that'll be it for the weekend in lieu of that also. So Major League Baseball's coronavirus expectations are to delay the season on when it would start. They're looking at maybe a 2-week push from when that will actually begin Major League Baseball. The other one there, too, is the XFL's first season is now suspended for the rest of the season due to the coronavirus as well. So a lot shaping up in lieu of what we have within our country now. As we know, sports is a big part of the distraction from regular things in society that can remain heavy at times. It's the beautiful distraction, which is a big part of American society and everything like that. So with them canceling everything now, it's for the idea and the precautionaries to basically keep the idea now of big, large gatherings, as they've canceled, of course, the parades for St. Patrick's Day and next week with Chicago and then in Dublin, Ireland as well. So now just everything coming through just to keep people farther apart, if you will. It's interesting nonetheless. We're going to have our phone lines open today. We want to get conversations going. If you have opinions and you'd like to share, this is the platform to do it, and we welcome that. 622-9622. We'd love to hear from the listeners out there. I appreciate you guys listening. It is Friday. We got the weekend to look forward to. I think that could give everybody a good break and an excuse to kind of stay home nonetheless. So we're going to take a short little break right now. When we come back, we'll have our phone lines open, 622-9622. You're listening to AM Ocala Live and WOCA The Source. And with today's show, we're gonna touch upon everything that's going on with the announcements of a lot of things that have been canceled, and talk about the statistics and numbers of everything that's going on with COVID-19 worldwide and locally within our state of Florida and then within our county. We got a good show for you, too, to line up what we can do to each hour to keep that conversation going. Of course, at 8:05, at the top of the 8 o'clock hour, we'll have the expectations, talking with Galen and the Blood Bank Report. He's been in Atlanta in lieu of conferences and everything. They've been Life South has been doing a lot one-on-one in lieu of communication with the doctors of hospitals and everything else, obviously within the idea of the blood supply and trying to get people to go donate blood. As that is still something important that is not necessarily, in other words, basically that you can still give blood, still give the gift of life and donate blood, and it's important now, probably more than ever, to make sure that we continue to ramp up that blood supply, as you cannot get COVID-19 through giving blood or anything like that. So we'll talk to him a little bit more and everything else. As the 9 o'clock hour, we'll have Martin Suter in the studio, and then we'll carry on with the expectations of Trader's Paradise today. But what we're going to do from 9:30 until 10 o'clock, we're going to continue to have the phone lines open to express any conversations, concerns, topics, 622-9622. And then at 10:35 to round out our show, we'll have Ocala Magazine in here to round out the show and talk a little bit more about what they had coming through with the March issue and everything else. So stay tuned for that. And then, of course, after the show, we'll have 11 o'clock to noon. We will have our another running, like we do have last few weeks, for the Conservative Watch Hour, with Annie Delgado in here to talk a little politics and everything that's been going on with the Conservative Watch Hour. So stay tuned for that. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source. We'll be back right after this quick break.
From the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
The largest aerospace expo in the South, Sun and Fun, returns to the skies of Lakeland March 31st through April 5th. It's not just an air show, it's everything aviation in 2020. Walk among hundreds of aircraft and be amazed at air shows with breathtaking aerobatic displays by the world's top pilots. See mighty warbirds in flight, from vintage bombers to modern fighter jets, and feel the heat of a 1,000-foot wall of fire. Plus, new for 2020, our STEM-tastic pavilion with dozens of interactive activities for all ages. Oh, and let's not forget the Precision flying of the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds. Take advantage of the Florida Resident Weekend Special, Saturday, April 4th and Sunday, April 5th, and get 3 shows for the price of 1. Come Saturday, stay for the night air show with its amazing Star Dance Spectacular Drone Light Show, aerobatic flyers, plus a fireworks display. Then return Sunday for an additional show for free. Children under 10 are free, so make plans to bring the whole family and experience the past, present, and future of aviation at the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo. Visit us at flysnf.org.
WOCA.
Sunny and warm today, high 83 to 87. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, low 60. Tomorrow, Sunday and Monday, warm with more sunshine than clouds. High tomorrow, 85 to 88. High Sunday, 84 to 89. High Monday, 84 to 87. Tuesday, partly sunny and remaining warm. High 85 to 89. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian.
Jean Powell, Past Chamoy. Jean and Debbie thank you for another successful year and to wish you peace, love, and joy in 2020. Now is the perfect time to fence row spray for weed control, rototilling for your winter gardens, and stump grinding. We are family owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm ready. Powell Jean, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Jean Powell, Past Chamoy. 352-629-2440. Jean is a proud United States veteran.
Adam here. Join me Wednesday, the 18th, when Aaron Porter, Marketing and Public Relations Manager, and Alan Panksa, Chief Executive Officer, will be my guest at 10:30 to tell us about the exciting things happening at the Gainesville Regional Airport and why it makes sense to fly local. Again, that's 10:30 on the 18th on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source. Fly Gainesville. It's close and it's easy.
Ocala, you asked for it, and it's back. Bob Wine's famous buy one, get one at half price deal on trees. Choose any large tree up to 6 feet tall for just $49.99. Then you get a second one just like it for half price. And here's a super tree buy. Get a big number 7 size magnolia, regularly $139 for just $99.99. You've got to see the dozens of tree deals to believe it. And how about this citrus tree special? Nice size citrus trees, oranges, lemons, limes, many more, as low as $59.99, and you get a free bag of fertilizer with your purchase. Don't forget those spring veggies, great selection, still just $3.49 for the Super 4-pack. Many, many, many buy one, get one free deals on other great spring growers, including plumbago, hydrangea, arborvitae, and many more. By all means, check the ad, then head on over to Bob Wines on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, in the same blooming place since 1952.
The NFL WOCA.
You're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. Streaming live, WOCA, The Source Radio. Good morning, everybody. Friday the 13th. Aye, that's, 13's a lucky number, right? Anyway, as we make our way towards the end of this work week, it is Friday the 13th, March the 13th, as we got a beautiful day ahead weather-wise. Lot to talk about within within the news of everything coming forward with COVID-19 and cancellations to a lot of big events, due to keeping everybody separated and not having big congregations or gatherings in lieu amid the virus. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, obviously, and stuff like that when we come back from the break at the bottom of the hour. The phone lines will be open, 622-9622. If there's something you want to share or talk about, please do so. This is a platform to do it. Love to get the conversation rolling about your guys' opinions on everything that's taking place right now with the virus and some of the expectations that have come out in the news lately of it, with more numbers and then more recoveries and then more deaths and so on and so forth. But let's get that conversation going. Love to hear your thoughts. You're listening to AM Ocala Live. We're back after this.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Coronavirus containment has thousands of schools around the country closed or closing next week. Negotiations continue on a coronavirus relief bill in Congress.
A spokesman for House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she spoke with Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin 8 times Thursday as the two tried to hammer out legislation designed to ease financial hardships from the coronavirus outbreak and provide free testing.
Fox's Jared Halpern. Sophie Trudeau, the wife of Canada's prime minister, has tested positive for COVID-19. More sports and entertainment shut down.
Broadway shutting down all productions as of last night, and they're going to stay shut until April 12th. Also closed indefinitely right now, theme parks, with Disney shutting down Disney World and Disneyland, among others. Multiple states as well across our country banning gatherings ranging from 250 to 1,000 people.
Fox's Todd Pyro. America's listening to Fox News.
America is a great big country.
Filled with all kinds of different people.
And we all count.
That's why the 2020 census
wants to make sure we're all counted.
Why is it so important?
Because the census helps inform how hundreds of billions of dollars will be spent each year for things like
new roads, health clinics,
even more school programs.
So make sure you're counted.
Because you count.
Shape your future. Start here. Complete the census at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
Happening across the nation right now. ADP is helping Party City stores streamline recruiting. Music houses like Squeaky Clean Studios are demoing tracks while ADP helps keep business on track. And ADP helps a small Mexican restaurant keep up with compliance demands. When ADP helps businesses achieve what they're working for, that's newsworthy. HR talent, time, benefits, and payroll. Informed by data and designed for people. Learn more at design.adp.com.
WOCA.
But our flight doesn't leave for 5 hours.
Traffic could be bad, trying to find a parking spot, then the mile walk here could take a while.
From parking to boarding and everything in between, it's just better.
Gainesville Regional Airport.
Well, hello there. Danny Boy here, and I've been suffering from some bad luck lately. I've been sick and weak, and I've even been falling, don't you know? But now I've got to look at the Irish. I'm choosing Palm Garden for my rehab. I may not find a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but I'm lucky to be getting my health back with a wee bit of help from Palm Garden, what gets me home fast. Really, really fast. Visit Palm Garden, located at the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street, right here in Ocala, don't you know?
Ocala, quick minute news. The Florida Department of Health says the statewide total of positive corona cases is now at 44.15 new cases were added yesterday. The death toll is still just at 2. The Florida's junior U.S. Senator is in a self-imposed isolation for the next 14 days. Rick Scott says that while meeting the president of Brazil on Monday, he was in a room with a person infected with coronavirus, but he feels fine.
Absolutely. I don't have any symptoms. What both my doctor and the Senate doctor told me is that I'm in good shape. Even if I get it down the road, I shouldn't have hardly any symptoms.
Scott says he decided to self-quarantine for the idea of the abundance of caution. The coronavirus is prompting Walt Disney World to close for the rest of the month, effective Sunday night. Universal Orlando Resort is doing the same thing. Here, Ocala Quick Minute News, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Sunny and warm today, high 83 to 87. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, low 60. Tomorrow, Sunday and Monday, warm with more sunshine than clouds. High tomorrow, 85 to 88. High Sunday, 84 to 89. High Monday, 84 to 87. Tuesday, partly sunny and remaining warm. High 85 to 89. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian.
Ocala Magazine is the city magazine distributed throughout Ocala, Marion County, and the villages, providing award-winning coverage of important issues for almost 40 years. Hi, I'm Philip Glassman, publisher of Ocala Magazine. Ocala Magazine offers a platform for branding opportunities for your business or events while covering the latest in local lifestyle throughout print, digital, and social media. Listen every Friday at 10:30 a.m. on WOCA, The Source.
Listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Friday the 13th, March the 13th. And, yeah. Where to go from there? Welcome, everybody. We made it through the work week here as we approach the weekend. Beautiful weather ahead. That's something positive to look for overall. As we make our way through the weekend, obviously with a lot canceled in lieu of COVID-19, with today's show, I'd like to let you guys know that I'd like to hear from the listeners. 622-962. I'd like to hear from you guys and share your thoughts and opinions on everything and information you have and all kinds of stuff. Just to kind of to roll with it. We'd like to keep it. Somewhat entertaining and a little bit light, but obviously with everything going on, why not just hunker down a little bit and get into it, as they say. So with that being said, too, more information coming through as we just got this one here for immediate release. School events in Marion County canceled through March 24th. Marion County, out of the abundance of cautions for our students, staff, and community, and because of the safety concerns related to, of course, COVID-19, all extracurricular events and activities for the students in Marion County Public Schools through March 24th have been canceled or postponed. This includes extracurricular and sporting competitions, club-based outings, district events, and events attracting more than, say, 250 people. These cancellations include, but not are limited to, the Charlie Dixon Elementary Music Festival at the First Baptist in Ocala, Wreaths Across America education visit to the Hammett Bowen Junior Elementary, the Howard Middle School's trip to Washington, D.C., the Denellen Middle School's trip to Washington, D.C., Marion Technical College nursing students' visits to local nursing home and assisted living facilities. And just with that, too, as a side note, just for a second there, that with our proud sponsors of Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, Palm Garden of Ocala, because of COVID-19, they are curtailing visits and tours to the center. I just want to make sure that they are not inviting people to come to Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center in lieu of COVID-19. One of our proud sponsors there, as information comes out from them. Also, too, with certain school events in Marion County, the Westport High School's junior ROTC trip to Virginia has been postponed, and the Westport High School's band students in New York City, also Forest High School's video production students in Washington, D.C. are coming home early due to national concerns cancellation. Bellevue High School's trip to Miami to see the stage production of Hamilton has been canceled. Visits to colleges and universities canceled because of yesterday's directive to move these campuses to online platforms. Marion County Public Schools encourages parents and families to ensure their contact information is current. This can be accomplished via Family Access or the Parent Portal, or in person at school. It's recommended that that this can be accomplished through the Family Access. And for further Marion County Public School announcements, they will be shared on their homepage at marionschools.net. And, of course, you can follow that information, too, with the Twitter account at Marion County K-12. So important information there to carry on. All righty. So that's it there. Got a little bit more overall. It's tough, too, because the weather just looks phenomenal outside. Am I right? If you're on your way to school, to work, everybody to be cautioned to obviously, basic hygiene, to continue to use hand sanitizer and wash your hands, cover your mouth when you cough. Again, too, like we were talking yesterday with having County Commissioner Kathy Bryant in the studio, in lieu of the coronavirus and the ideas of questions and concerns and comments, you can basically contact who you need to here. I got some phone numbers to give out. As currently there are no confirmed cases in Marion County for the coronavirus. Of course, that may change, and when we do find out any more information in lieu of that, we'll keep you updated. As the health department urges anyone that thinks they may have been exposed to contact them immediately during regular business hours at 352-644-2633. And that's the health department if you think you've been exposed. Again, 352-644-2633. For after hours, take down this number just in case. For after hours for the health department, 866-568-0122. For questions related to COVID-19 in Florida, please contact the health department's dedicated COVID-19 call center. They are open and available 24 hours a day. Call center at 1-866-779-6121. And then, like I said, the call center is available 24 hours a day. And, for any information or questions or concerns you have, I think at this point we know the best idea is to stay as informed as possible and to weed through what would be some of the social media opinions and all that. Is now time to get to fact. And like I said, for questions related to COVID-19 in Florida, please contact the health department, and they are dedicated to answering all questions and concerns in lieu of COVID-19. It's said too that the idea of the absolute most everything at this point is the key to the element of prevention for washing your hands frequently with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially after going to the bathroom, before eating, and after blowing your nose, coughing, and or sneezing. If soap and water are not available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Continue to avoid close contact with people who may be sick, and the health officials recommend a personal space of about 6 feet to avoid inhaling contaminated water droplets in the air, and so forth. The next tip, obviously, is, and I think it's what's great about coming up with the weekend, is not to be taken lightly. That if you feel under the weather, if you feel somewhat sick, if it's something different than what your circumstances are to the other symptoms that have been brought out with COVID-19, you are advised to stay home. Stay home. Stay home if you feel sick, and that's in lieu of anything. So as we talked with County Commission yesterday, they're going to continue to be consistent with the development of any changes, and for more accurate information when it becomes available. And stay tuned to The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, in lieu of that. And also, too, I want to mention that we do have the phone lines open, 622-9622, to give us a call, share any information you have, and even opinions you have. This is a talk morning show, and we'd like to keep that rolling. Just to continue with the week and Friday, as we get into the weekend, we'd love to have conversation going with it, and go from there. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll round out the 7 o'clock hour, and then stay tuned for the 8 o'clock hours. We talk with the Life South Community Blood Centers. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Sunny and warm today, high 83 to 87. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, low 60. Tomorrow, Sunday and Monday, warm with more sunshine than clouds. High tomorrow, 85 to 88. High Sunday, 84 to 89. High Monday, 84 to 87. Tuesday, partly sunny and remaining warm. High 85 to 89. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian.
Every first Saturday is free at the Appleton Museum of Art. The next free First Saturday is April 3rd. Enjoy a special art project for families in the art space. And from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m., an activity for pre-K children ages 2 to 5. All galleries will be open, including the special exhibit, Flamenco, from Spain to the U.S. Saturday hours are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Appleton is located on East Silver Springs Boulevard in Ocala. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
WOCA.
listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. And we are streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio, as we continue with some more updated information. As such, College of Central Florida officials decided on Thursday to continue offering classes as its 3 campuses, and some events will be allowed on a case-by-case basis amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Says President Jim Henniganson said that the college has participated in a daily conference calls with state officials. Though earlier on Thursday he anticipated that some events may have to be canceled, officials later decided to continue on course. And unlike the state university system, they are not expecting to close the college, and they have been advised by the Florida Department of Education to not move classes online at this time, according to the CF press release as of posted yesterday around 1 o'clock. This continues to be our highest priority and was develop plans for modified operations should COVID-19 more directly impact CF. The release stated that all classes will resume following spring break. Any changes in operations will be posted. Any changes will be posted at cf.edu/health alert. The Board of Governors for the state's 4-year universities, including the University of Florida, has directed them to move to remote instruction as soon as possible. That did not include state colleges, officials noted. The news from the CF came just minutes after Henniganson sent the faculty and staff an email Thursday to address what he calls a rumor that several student athletes were placed in quarantine on Wednesday. It was rumor. There is rumor that CF has quarantined our men's basketball team. There is no quarantine or self-isolation of our men's basketball team or any team at CF. Hennigan said that, quote, there is student athlete who is under self-isolation after returning from an international trip, but that is it. Hennigan said in Thursday's morning interview that in a time like this, it is important that all rumors be addressed. At this time, we have a worldwide pandemic, and it is important that we have accurate information, Henniganson wrote. And he said in an interview that CF basketball player had traveled to Italy and returned in late February before Florida Governor Ron DeSantis issued the emergency declaration. He said that the athlete returned before DeSantis ordered all people returning from Italy to complete 14 days of isolation. They did say that health officials have been speaking with the students in the 2 weeks since his return. The COVID-19 situation is moving quickly, Hennigan's wrote. Communication is critical, and we are one team working together to ensure that we keep our campus safe for everyone. To enhance communications, Hennigan said that CF has added 2 college employees to the institution's COVID-19 response team. John Ash, Faculty Senate President, Louise Kohlweiss, Career and Professional Employees Council Chairwoman. Hennigan said CF's response team is meeting Thursday, and the college will be sending another update and additional restrictions and actions we are all taking for following the meeting. The good news is that CF is on spring break next week. That means administrators, faculty, staff, and students will not be in much contact until March 23rd. If college employees have any questions, concerns, or need to clarify anything or need a clarification, Hennigan encourages employees to contact Werner Lauder at the CF administration, who heads the CF COVID-19 response team. So there you go, a little bit there. As coronavirus prevention plans pop up around Marion County, nursing home visits, limited visitors, and add rigorous screening measures. Restaurants add more wipe downs, and all the effect and effort to stop the spread of COVID-19 in Florida. Senior services, nursing homes, and businesses across Marion County are working on prevention measures, although no confirmed cases of a novel coronavirus have been reported here in this county. Of the 30 confirmed cases in Florida, COVID-19, the disease caused by the novel coronavirus, at least 24 of people 60 or older, according to the Florida Department of Health. Marion County is home to an estimated 104,000 residents 65 years or older, more than a quarter of its country's population, according to the 2019 estimates. by the U.S. Census Bureau. With the virus hitting older populations hardest, Marion Services is emphasized to the tried and true prevention measures of washing hands often, avoiding groups when sick, sneezing or coughing into elbows, and it is the same measure to use to avoid with the seasonal flu. The fear of the unknown is part of what makes the coronavirus different, obviously. We are asking everyone to be diligent, said Jennifer Martinez, Senior Services Executive Director. The agency runs several programs for older residents, including Meals on Wheels, cafeteria-style dining halls, transit services, and in-home support. We have canceled some non-essential gatherings, but our congregate meal sites will continue to operate, Martinez says. We will continue to stress prevention measures at those sites and ask those who feel ill not to come in. Okay, while the goal of organization is to keep older residents active and engaged, the threat of infection trumps that mission temporarily. As it continues here, as it's to be noted that the rigorous measures in nursing home facilities come after an outbreak in the Seattle area facility, of course, which is now tied to at least 19 of the 31 coronavirus deaths, which is now 24, as in then 9 long-term facilities that are areas also registered to COVID-19 tests. Long-term facilities are, ripe with infectious outbreaks of all kinds. And for Tim and Janice Thompson, owners of Brooklyn's Backyard Restaurant, COVID-19 is starting to affect business. And it says lately the crowds are smaller and younger. We usually get a lot of snowbird traffic, but people driving up from the Villages or State Road 200, they're not coming out lately, Tim Thomas said. And they're at least, we're off at least 10%, they say. So this week, the restaurant took action. They removed all the condiment caddies from the tables. Now salt and pepper shakers and other condiments are offered individually and get wiped down and disinfected after every use. Tables get disinfected routinely, as are hard rails and other surfaces touched often. Employees have to wash their hands every 15 to 20 minutes, and hand sanitizing stations are available for customers. It's all about common sense things, and we're probably going to keep doing the same things even after this ends, Tim Thomas said. The biggest problem with the frequent hand washing now is dry skin. All of our hands are cracking. It doesn't make sense to put lotion on if you're going to wash them every few minutes. But there's just some ideas of what's going on there to local restaurants that are looking to ramp up some kind of prevention. As we come to the top of the 8 o'clock hour, it's out there as we're having some technical difficulties, of course, with the phone lines, as I've asked everybody to give us a call as such. But with that being said, we're going to have Life South Community Blood Centers at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. Sorry about that. Stay tuned for that. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source. We'll be back right after this.
Casting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. There are now at least 1,600 coronavirus cases and 40 deaths confirmed in the United States. World Health Organization spokesman Tarek Yasarevich says worldwide, 80% of infected people don't get very sick.
And out of those 20% who will develop a severe illness, such as pneumonia, some of these people will die. And that's obviously of a great concern.
Sporting events, concerts, and lots of other large gatherings are canceled. Thousands of schools are closed nationwide. There's work in Congress on a coronavirus relief bill.
Democratic leaders are working with Senate Republicans in the White House on legislation mitigating the spread of the virus. It will deliver testing for everyone, protect Americans' livelihoods, as well as protecting industry and commerce as Majority Leader Mitch McConnell cancels a scheduled recess. And it seems bipartisanship should deliver results.
Fox's Griff Jenkins in Washington. America's listening to Fox News.
America is a great big country.
Filled with all kinds of different people.
And we all count.
That's why the 2020 census
Wants to make sure we're all counted.
Why is it so important?
Because the census helps inform how hundreds of billions of dollars will be spent each year for things like
New roads, health clinics,
even more school programs.
So make sure you're counted.
Because you count.
Shape your future. Start here. Complete the census at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
Happening across the nation right now. ADP is helping Party City stores streamline recruiting. Music houses like Squeaky Clean Studios are demoing tracks while ADP helps keep business on track. And ADP helps a small Mexican restaurant keep up with compliance demands. When ADP helps businesses achieve what they're working for, that's newsworthy. HR talent, time, benefits, and payroll. Informed by data and designed for people. Learn more at design.adp.com.
But our flight doesn't leave for 5 hours.
Traffic could be bad. Trying to find a parking spot, then the mile walk here could take a while.
From parking to boarding and everything in between, it's just better. Gainesville Regional Airport.
Well, hello there. Danny Boy here, and I've been suffering from some bad luck lately. I've been sick and weak, and I've even been falling, don't you know? But now I've got to look at the Irish. I'm choosing Palm Garden for my rehab. I may not find a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but I'm lucky to be getting my health back. With a wee bit of help from Palm Garden, what gets me home fast, really, really fast. Visit Palm Garden, located at the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street, right here in Ocala, don't you know?
Ocala, quick minute news. The Florida Department of Health says the statewide total of positive corona cases is now at 44.15 new cases were added yesterday. The death toll is still just at 2. The Florida's junior U.S. Senator is in a self-imposed isolation for the next 14 days. Rick Scott says that while meeting the president of Brazil on Monday, he was in a room with a person infected with coronavirus, but he feels fine.
Absolutely. I don't have any symptoms. What both my doctor and the Senate doctor told me is that I'm in good shape. Even if I get it down the road, I shouldn't have hardly any symptoms.
Scott says he decided to self-quarantine for the idea of the abundance of caution. The coronavirus is prompting Walt Disney World to close for the rest of the month, effective Sunday night. Universal Orlando Resort is doing the same thing. Here, Ocala Quick Minute News, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online. Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Sunny and warm today, high 83 to 87. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, low 60. Tomorrow, Sunday and Monday, warm with more sunshine than clouds. High tomorrow, 85 to 88. High Sunday, 84 to 89. High Monday, 84 to 87. Tuesday, partly sunny and remaining warm, high 85 to 89. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian.
Every first Saturday is free at the Appleton Museum of Art. The next free First Saturday is April 3rd. Enjoy a special art project for families in the art space. And from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m., an activity for pre-K children ages 2 to 5. All galleries will be open, including the special exhibit, Flamenco, from Spain to the U.S. Saturday hours are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Appleton is located on East Silver Springs Boulevard in Ocala. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
And you're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. And it's time now for the Blood Bank Report. We've got Galen on the phone, Life South Community Blood Centers. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, Adam. How are you today?
Not too bad. A little difficult trying to bring a little morning show with a little lightheartedness and entertainment, considering amidst everything that's been going on of late, but doing our best.
Yeah, and I think we're still where we were at last week. Nobody quite knows what to make of it. Anybody who says they do, I really think is lying to themselves, or they have on a political agenda. The death toll is at 41. If there's one thing we know, that's what we know.
Right.
I don't have any idea of how many people are being tested. I read one report that they only tested 100 people this week. I was like, well, that's not true, because the reported cases are in the thousands, right?
Yeah.
So how are you reporting a case if you didn't test for it?
Right.
There's a lot of misinformation, and the only thing that I can compare it to is the swine flu, which the Blood Center had to deal with way back when. And the death rate was much higher.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Adam. I don't know.
I don't know either. It's a little tough too in lieu of social media, as as I got through a lot of my stuff, pulled from 3 different types of news sources within the web, but then just trying to find maybe some opinion-based stuff in lieu of Facebook or whatever. But I've seen a lot of, I've seen a lot of, how do you put this, like really heavy stuff that's been posted in lieu of Italy, and then I've seen really lighthearted stuff as if it's, just not something that serious, or it's just something that is just there and it's just happening and we're not really sure of numbers. I don't know. I don't know. I've got up here on the a website here pulled up, which is a consistent updated count. This is put forth by. So it's updated as we speak. Let me see where this actually comes from, where their sources are. But what this does is it lists throughout all the countries that have cases, and then of the cases, how many of it is actually considered serious, and then where the death numbers come from in itself here. And it says that all the way down, its site source is... basically looks like the Center for Disease Control and Prevention and National Health Commissions, and then it's listed by each government's Department of Health. So World Health Organization's also in lieu of the certain countries that are posting the numbers. So they're trying to get accurate numbers here, as this is, legitimate cited information. And of right now, 138,000 cases worldwide, with 70,000 considered to be recovered, with 5,000 reported deaths worldwide. So do you feel that, maybe we've done the right thing just to try to nip everything in the bud early and say, okay, by canceling all the big gatherings, that's a start to just say, safe than sorry. This is where we roll from here, just to be safer than sorry.
I guess, but what it costs, right? At some point, you have to be responsible for your own actions. I get it. You knew Marion County was going to do this with basically taking out all extracurricular activities.
Right.
But we didn't do this in 2009, and the swine flu was a much bigger impact than this flu. I mean, the swine flu infected like 61 million people in the United States, not in the world, in the United States, and it had over 12,000 deaths.
Yeah, wow.
Okay, 12,000 deaths, and I remember that because I remember at Life South we were at like 35 to 40% of our staff had the flu, and it impacted the exact same population, the elderly and the young. And wherever I look at the death rates, right, whether I look at the death rates in Italy, they're impacting the older people. Italy has especially northern Italy has a very older population. And again, those people always have to be the threat of a cold to them and the flu has always been a threat. So I understand this. I kind of understand it. I just think we've gone too far, and I think our lives are going to be impacted dramatically for a very, very long time. And our economy is about to have a recession that we haven't seen in a while. Now businesses are closing.
Right.
For what purpose? What are think about the lives that are going to be impacted because, like the University of the Florida State University, you're not allowed on campus for 2 weeks. The impact of the people that's going to have a massive impact, man. It just is.
Now, do you think when you mention swine flu and you say, which you're right, around 12,000, so to speak, deaths, do you think this is a reaction from, say, the CDC or the World Health Organizations to say, okay, back in 2009, that if we could take safer than sorry, nip this in the bud earlier, we won't even see numbers like that because maybe this isn't the case where because this is so low totals at the moment that if we do something drastic like this, that it's worth it in the long run?
I guess, again, at what cost, right? Everything has a cost. The flu isn't going away. This flu, there is no cure for it. Hopefully we can just become a little bit more immune to it. I understand. I just don't know what the end game is. I get it. Nobody wants to get it, but if it's as bad as they say it is, people are going to go on with their lives. At some point, they just may not go to work. They still have to go to the grocery store. They're still going to have to go to a lot of different locations. And I don't know. They're talking about people being infected for 21 days after they get it. We'll see. As I've been telling everybody, let's be careful. Let's, wash our hands, and that's always just smart. Again, I'm curious as to see how it all works out.
Let me ask you this. When you mentioned the grocery store, my girl went yesterday to pick up a few items. I thought it was just kind of like a little running joke because I just hadn't been in the store in the last couple of days. But literally, all of the toilet paper is gone.
Yeah.
Why? Why toilet paper?
I have no idea. Because, the one thing in the zombie apocalypse is you need toilet paper, right?
I guess.
I don't know. I don't know. And it's made right there in Palatka. GP, we have blood drives there.
Yeah.
And this is a true story. We actually reached out to them and said, hey, can we have some toilet paper to give out at blood drives? They haven't responded yet. I don't think they were expecting that. It's true. It's a true story. So they haven't responded. So I'm curious if they do.
Yeah. We still there was still paper towels. There's still slew of paper towels and stuff like that. I think there was even some wipes, but no toilet paper. And we were trying to. I don't know. I'm thinking, was that a mass hysteria type thing? Was it just like, just go in the store to get toilet paper because it's going to run out? But that's one of the things I'm trying to figure out. Is that was that social media just taking a
Sure.
weird?
Just like in a hurricane.
Yeah.
Just like in a hurricane, everybody fills up, gets all the bottled water that they can possibly get their hands on, and toilet paper.
And I like how you said that yesterday. It's like, well, I still have running tap water. I still got water out the faucet. That's
right.
Yeah. So I just thought it was crazy because literally like everything was wiped out from that in the shelves. But boy, you had a big supply of dry goods. I mean, everything down the aisle was solid packed with dry goods. That is as if, I guess, toilet paper is more important than a can of beans.
Well, and you know, again, if like manufacturers and the people who make our food start closing down, then we got a different issue, right?
Right.
You know, again, I just this panic is just annoying me. At this point, it's just annoying me. Our blood supplies. You know, we had several conversations with our hospitals yesterday because hospitals are saying no one outside of the hospital staff are allowed in. You know, they're limiting the number of visitors. And we're losing blood drives left and right because of this.
Yeah.
And so I had a conversation. I said, well, we're going to have to cancel. If this doesn't improve by Tuesday, we're going to have to cancel elective surgeries in your hospital. And she goes, yeah, that's what I keep telling the administration.
Right.
And so the administration of these hospitals is going to have to make a decision because if I can't have a blood drive anywhere and then the person who needs it the most won't even support it out of fear, well then I guess you don't need it and you can cancel your elective surgeries. And that hospital is now going to be, you know, if they shut down their surgical suite, it could be $1 million a day.
Yeah.
Not to mention now you're talking about the lives of the doctors and the nurses and everybody else. So, you know, when she goes, oh, I guess we'll have to get back to you. I said, okay. I said, based on what I'm forecasting, we have till about Tuesday. And then we're going to have to make some really tough decisions.
Now, I've got something to share with you, partner, and I want your opinion on it, because when I read it this morning, this was one of those things that I think most people are like, hey, is the media telling us enough of what's going on and so forth? Is it you know, disillusion about really truthfully what's going on with the virus? Is it mass hysteria in certain spectrums? I'm going to read you this, and I want you to tell me what you think. So a woman living in Italy, you know, with a near total coronavirus lockdown, as far as Italy goes, wrote a Facebook post to America that's gone viral. It says, quote, I am writing to you from, Bergamo, Italy, at the heart of the coronavirus. The news media in the U.S. has not captured the severity of what is happening here. She says, I am writing this post because each of you today, not the government, not the school district, not the mayor, each individual citizen has the chance today to take actions that will deter the Italian situation from becoming your own country's reality. And as she was writing this, to the idea that if you were in Europe or the U.S., you are weeks away from where we are today in Italy. She said there are two reasons why coronavirus has been brought to Italy to its knees. First, it's a flu and it's devastating when people get really sick, and it's the need of the ICU. And second, because of how fast and effectively it spreads. And then they talk about here as to today the ICUs are at capacity, more than capacity. They have begun to put IC units in hallways. If the numbers do not go down, the growth rate of the contagion tells us that there will be thousands of people who in a matter of a week, 2 weeks, who will need care. What will happen, there will be, when there are 100 or 1,000 people who need the hospital with only a few ICU places left. And then it continues on for a number with her idea of expelling some of the idea of the younger patients. It says, and finally, for those who say that it's just something that happens to old people, starting yesterday, the hospitals are reporting that younger and younger patients, 40, 45, 18, are coming in for treatment. You have a chance to make a difference and stop the spread in your country. Push for the entire office to work at home today. Cancel birthday parties, gatherings, yada, yada, yada. And for those who say it's not possible to close the schools and do all this stuff, locking down Italy was beyond anyone's imagination a week ago. So this woman had a post on Facebook that is going viral, and I looked it up, and at the time that I loaded it, it was at 82,000 shares, and now it's up to like 182,000 shares or something like that. It's increased. Do you think there's validity in somebody coming from a statement like that who's in Italy, or do you think that this is maybe just something for, I don't want to say attention, but just, I don't know. I don't know. Just a
I
platform.
have no idea. I mean, I don't know who the woman is.
I don't know either.
You know what I mean? I don't know what her story is. I assume it's her story.
Yeah.
But I based on everything I know, I don't know if it's nearly that bad. But heck, I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't. And I mean, I appreciate that. It sounds like terrible. And one of the things we do have to worry about is our ICU capacity with this virus, because it does hit the lungs. And you're going to need to be on a ventilator.
Right.
You're going to be on a ventilator. That's going to have an impact, man. So.
With that being said, Galen, in lieu of the blood supply, how big of a hit did we take yesterday?
It was about 50% of where we should be.
Okay.
So we're at a day's blood supply.
Okay.
We have to collect it in order to provide it, right? And it's not just us. I talked to a couple of people from the Red Cross yesterday. They're having the same problem. And so is One Blood. We just donate blood. That's all I can tell you. Thankfully, some of our bigger public areas, Walmart's, Publix's, and Winn-Dixie's are allowing us to still come. I just think people are kind of hesitant before they get on the bus. Please just get on the bus, donate blood. If you never have, this is as good a time as any. And just get the Life Donate Blood. Our donor center's right there on the boulevard, 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard, and just come see us.
Absolutely. This segment of our show is brought to you by Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, Palm Garden of Ocala, 2700 Southwest 34th Street, 854-6262. With that in mind, too, they had posted, because of COVID-19, they are curtailing visits and tours to the center. And just to make sure that people aren't still inviting other people to come, they say to wash your hands out there. But Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, our friends there, as their sponsor of this segment, and the idea of giving everybody good initiative therapy, compassionate health care within a compassionate environment for sure, long-term care solutions, and to accelerate the pathway within that compassionate environment. And of course, Penn Flooring, family-owned and operated, Marion County for over 30 years. Every bit of their success is unrivaled customer service. And for your flooring needs, they got experience in both commercial and residential fields at 1201 Southwest 17th Street. They can be reached at 351-3420, 351-3420. And they've provided the flooring here at WOCA, and they're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. So it's going to be a little interesting, nonetheless, in lieu of the weekend with no sports at all, as you and I like to talk sports. It was kind of.
I still have basketball practice.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you guys still.
I had basketball practice last night and have basketball practice Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, it's also a lot of sports.
When the NCAA originally came out, they said early in the day that they were still planning on playing the games, just not in front of crowds, and then that was going to remain up until about I think it was maybe 4 o'clock yesterday. They changed the mindset on that. Did you see eventually that happening after the NBA had considered to cancel their season?
Yeah, I don't think they had any choice.
Yeah.
You know what's tragic is if they decide to cancel the basketball tournament, and that will be that will be massive. Just because of the kids who won't ever get to play again. I had somebody call me, and they asked me, they were like, Galen, are they going to cancel sports in high schools for the rest of the season? I said, I sure hope not. And he said, and she goes, because I coached her son in baseball. She goes, it may be the last baseball game my son ever played.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, that's terrible. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine that, but that's where we're at right now, for good, bad, or indifferent. I guess we have to deal with the reality. I guess it's past the point of just complaining about it. This is our new reality, as everything is shut down, whether we agree with it or not.
Right. What is What do you think that means for restaurants and other local businesses that offer the opportunity to go out and get something to eat? And that's usually what people do on Fridays and Saturday nights. I think it's just going to be almost an inclusive weekend nonetheless. I imagine a lot of people would just be staying put.
Yeah, well, think about movie theaters, right? I know they delayed the start of Bond because of the coronavirus, but
yep.
When you go to the movies, I plan on going to eat. I wonder how people who do food delivery, I wonder if that's been impacted. I doubt it, because people are like, no, I'm still hungry.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how restaurants are doing. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't know. And for those listeners out there, AM Ocala Live, when we finish up here at the bottom of the hour here, just a few minutes, phone lines are going to be open, 622-9622, to give us a call and tell us your opinions too, because this is a conversation worth having now at this point, absolutely, and I would love to hear the opinions of the listeners out there. As I'm gonna let you know, Galen, I am the only one in the studio right now, and it's a little tough to carry this type of radio morning show, if you will. It's hard to carry this through a little bit. So I'm throwing it out there to the listeners, 622-9622, just like we had with Galen here, just to talk about it, just to have people's opinions. And I think the more we kind of maybe air out some grievances about it, or if it's maybe some concerns that people have and certain ideas to put forward, there's nothing wrong with that either. That's what this platform is for here at WOCA, The Source. So Galen, one more time, where is the Bloodmobile going to be today?
Hey, today we're going to be at the Winn-Dixie right there in Silver Springs on 40. So come by, see us, give the gift of life, and donate blood.
Absolutely, partner. Are you headed anywhere today?
No, I've got a bunch of conference calls today, so I'm gonna work from home and be smart today.
There you go.
How about that?
Excellent. Well, Galen, best of the weekend to you, my friend, and look forward to Monday. Maybe we'll see some changes to the weekend that'll be on a positive note, and who knows? Maybe next week we'll be back to talking about sports at some point with actually things coming back.
It'll be at least 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it'll be at least 2 weeks.
That's what it looks
All
like
right,
overall. Appreciate it, buddy.
Everybody out there, be safe. Give blood. Thank you.
You got it, buddy. Take care. WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Give the gift of life. Get out there and donate blood. Down to a one-day blood supply. And with that, Life South Community Blood Centers says, in concern surrounding the impact of the coronavirus, Life South ensures that the community and blood donors that it is safe to donate blood and encourages blood donation to maintain that necessary blood supply. The sharp decline in donations is already being felt, as we talked with Galen, due to the worry about the virus, although individuals are not at risk of contracting the coronavirus through any blood donation process. Life South assures that they are taking every precaution to minimize risk to blood donors. Blood donors are needed every day, and anyone who is in good health is encouraged to get out there and donate. Respiratory viruses like COVID-19 are not known to be transmitted by blood transfusion, and no cases of transfusion transmitted coronaviruses have been reported. And that comes from Dr. Chris Lowe, the Vice President of Medical Services for Life South. The most significant risk to the blood supply posed by COVID-19 is the lack of the availability due to those with the decrease in the donations. So the hospital has begun to voice the concern for the strained blood supply. Find a blood drive near you. You can visit lifesouth.org or call 1-888-795-2707. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. There are now at least 1,600 coronavirus cases and 40 deaths confirmed in the United States. World Health Organization spokesman Tarek Yesarevich says worldwide, 80% of infected people don't get very sick.
And out of those 20% who will develop a severe illness, such as pneumonia, some of these people will die. And that's obviously of a great concern.
Sporting events, concerts, and lots of other large gatherings are canceled. Thousands of schools are closed nationwide. There's work in Congress on a coronavirus relief bill.
Democratic leaders are working with Senate Republicans in the White House on legislation mitigating the spread of the virus. It will deliver testing for everyone, protect Americans' livelihoods, as well as protecting industry and commerce as Majority Leader Mitch McConnell cancels a scheduled recess. And it seems bipartisanship should deliver results.
Fox's Griff Jenkins in Washington. America's listening to Fox News.
America is a great big country.
Filled with all kinds of different people.
And we all count.
That's why the 2020 census
Wants to make sure we're all counted.
Why is it so important?
Because the census helps inform how hundreds of billions of dollars will be spent each year for things like
New roads, health clinics,
Even more school programs.
so make sure you're counted.
Because you count.
Shape your future. Start here. Complete the census at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
Happening across the nation right now. ADP is helping Party City stores streamline recruiting. Music houses like Squeaky Clean Studios are demoing tracks while ADP helps keep business on track. And ADP helps a small Mexican restaurant keep up with compliance demands. When ADP helps businesses achieve what they're working for, that's newsworthy. HR talent, time, benefits, and payroll. Informed by data and designed for people. Learn more at design.adp.com.
The largest aerospace expo in the South, Sun and Fun, returns to the skies of Lakeland March 31st through April 5th. It's not just an air show, it's everything aviation in 2020. Walk among hundreds of aircraft and be amazed at air shows with breathtaking aerobatic displays by the world's top pilots. See mighty warbirds in flight, from vintage bombers to modern fighter jets, and feel the heat of a 1,000-foot wall of fire. Plus, new for 2020, our STEM-tastic pavilion with dozens of interactive activities for all ages. Oh, and let's not forget the precision flying of the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds. Take advantage of the Florida Resident Weekend Special, Saturday, April 4th and Sunday, April 5th, and get 3 shows for the price of 1. Come Saturday, stay for the night air show with its amazing Star Dance Spectacular Drone Light Show, aerobatic flyers, plus a fireworks display. Then return Sunday for an additional show for free. Children under 10 are free, so make plans to bring the whole family and experience the past, present, and future of aviation at the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo. Visit us at flysnf.org.
Adam here. Join me Wednesday, the 18th, when Aaron Porter, Marketing and Public Relations Manager, and Alan Panksa, Chief Executive Officer, will be my guest at 10:30 to tell us about the exciting things happening at the Gainesville Regional Airport and why it makes sense to fly local. Again, that's 10:30 on the 18th on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source. Fly Gainesville. It's close and it's easy.
Jean Powell, Pastor Mowing. Jean and Debbie thank you for another successful year and to wish you peace, love, and joy in 2020. Now is the perfect time to fence row spray for weed control, rototilling for your winter gardens, and stump grinding. We are family owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm ready. Powell Jean, Gene at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Jean Powell, Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Jean is a proud United States veteran.
Ocala, you asked for it and it's back. Bob Wine's famous buy one, get one at half price deal on trees. Choose any large tree up to 6 feet tall for just $49.99. Then you get a second one just like it for half price. And here's a super tree buy. Get a big number 7 size magnolia, regularly $139 for just $99.99. You've got to see the dozens of tree deals to believe it. And how about this citrus tree special? Nice size citrus trees, oranges, lemons, limes, many more, as low as $59.99, and you get a free bag of fertilizer with your purchase. Don't don't forget those spring veggies. Great selection. Still just $3.49 for the Super 4-pack. Many, many, many buy one, get one free deals on other great spring growers, including plumbago, hydrangea, arborvitae, and many more. By all means, check the ad. Then head on over to Bob Wines on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, in the same blooming place since 1952.
The NFL alumni is sponsoring a Clay for Kids sporting event to benefit Champions for Champions. The event will take place at the Robinson Ranch in Inglis, Florida on Saturday, March 21st. Call 866-996-2182 for details. The NFL alumni will provide gift bags, breakfast, lunch, and prizes. Call 866-996-2182 for details. Clay for Kids. Call 866-996-2182 for details. Hosted by the NFL alumni.
Buying and selling? Then you know about OcalaForSale.com, Marion County's internet marketplace. But there's something you might not know. I'm Michael Warren, president of USA for Sale. We created Ocala for Sale in 1998 with a passion to connect buyers and sellers and to help local businesses reach shoppers online. On Ocala for Sale, you're just a click away from thousands of deals for real estate, rentals, cars, furniture, appliances, horses, pets, and more. Looking for a job? Our Help Wanted section is booming. Shopping the villages and beyond? Now you'll find great deals on villages for sale, as well as our new statewide classified, Florida for Sale. Log on today and post your free classified. You'll reach thousands of shoppers who check our listings every day. Are you a business looking to get a corner on the internet marketplace? USA for Sale can help you reach your target audience in Ocala, the villages, and statewide. There's no better place to reach shoppers than right where they shop. Let us show you how. Learn more by calling 352-629-1663 or visit us online at usaforsale.com.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
We are proud to announce the Conservative Watch Hour on WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM every Friday at 11 a.m. Hosted by Annie Marie Delgado, president of Trump Team 2020 Florida, and her co-host Ann Vandersteel with SteelTruth.com. We are serving a higher level of excellence, and we are the only program of this type in this market. Don't miss your weekly dose of conservative talk radio. WOCA 11 a.m. Fridays, 96.3 and 1370 a.m.
Well, the new year is upon us, and that means getting to those forgotten projects that you promised you would. So whether you're tackling a small honey-do list or building the Taj Mahal, Sunbelt Rentals will help you get the job done right with the right tools. From carpet cleaners to excavators, Sunbelt Rentals has what you need. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now. From Sunbelt Rentals, located on Highway 27, just a half mile east of I-75. Or visit sunbeltrentals.com. Get it done. Rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
Listening to WOCA AM Ocala live on WOCA The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall and streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA The Source Radio. Good morning, everybody, as it is Friday the 13th. Yowzas. As we do have a gorgeous day out there. as of now, the temperature's just hanging around in the lower to mid 50s. It's a little cool this morning, although we should reach a high near the mid to upper 80s. Possibly could get to 90 today, with a calmish wind southwest becoming 5 to 7 miles per hour in the afternoon, as we're going to have mostly sunny skies for the rest of the day into tomorrow and Sunday, with the slight chances of rain not coming till Monday or Tuesday, with only 20% chance on Monday, but then a 30% chance on Thursday. And we'd like to throw it out to the listeners too to give us a call, as obviously there's been a lot going on in the news and everything, COVID-19 of course, and we'd like to hear from you. 622-9622. Give us a call, share your thoughts, share your opinions, your concerns, let off some steam, whatever you need to do. Is we were talking with Galen from Life South Community Blood Centers there at the top of the 8 o'clock hour, as it is important still to get out there and give the gift of life and donate blood, as he was talking about how the blood supply is now just down to a day. As we heard from Life South, that it is important to get out there and give the gift of life and donate blood, as a lot of misconcerns about the concern surrounding the impact of the coronavirus increases, and Life South ensures that the community and blood donors that it is safe to donate blood, and encourages blood donation to make it necessary for the blood supply. And they said to find a blood drive near you, visit lifesouth.org, or you can call 1-888-795-2707. And we were talking about a lot of the cancellations that are going on around the country, and in lieu of our own county here, with school events in Marion County that are canceled through March 24th out of the abundance and cautions of our students, staff, and community, and because of safety concerns related to COVID-19. All extracurricular events and activities for students in Marion County Public Schools through March 24th have been canceled or postponed. This includes extracurricular and sporting competitions, club-based outings, district events, and events attracting more than 250 people. These cancellations include, but are not limited to, the Charlie Dixon Elementary Music Festival at the First Baptist in Ocala, Wreaths Across America education visit to the Hammett Bowen Junior Elementary, Howard Middle School's trip to Washington, D.C., to Nellens Middle School's trip to Washington, D.C., the Marion Technical College nursing students to visit local nursing and assisted living facilities is canceled or postponed. Westport High School's JROTC trip to Virginia. Westport High School's band students in New York are going to be returning early, as Forest High School video production students in Washington, D.C. are coming home early due to the national conference cancellation. Bellevue High School's trip to Miami to see the stage production of Hamilton. Visits to colleges and universities canceled because of yesterday's directive to move campuses to the online platforms and all that. And we do have a caller. Good morning. You're on the air, WOCA.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Dan, right? I just wanted to say that if you're out there, don't believe what you hear about the state. You know, the amount of people that are ill right now. If you don't ask, don't tell. If you don't test, you don't find out how many people are sick. And it's just plain logic and plain math. In a state that, it's like number one destination, tourists and people traveling through, millions of people come to the state, almost, on a weekly basis. To say that there's only 40 people confirmed, and they finally actually tested, that's the only problem we have here. Is ridiculous. I mean, anybody with half a brain can realize, there's a lot more people walking around asymptomatic and leaving a trail of contagion behind. So, don't buy into this, into the numbers. The government, the agencies have really let us down in testing. This is no longer a containment operation. The U.S. failed miserably at containing this. This is more going to be a mitigation issue.
What do you mean?
The blow.
What do you mean What do you mean by they failed? In what way?
Well, with the campaign of containing it and keeping it from spreading it that's a foregone. That's too late. I mean, we failed to have tests. We failed to know and to follow each individual, what's going on, who you have contact with. That is all over the place. So I mean, it cannot be no longer can be contained. It's over there, and we're here over here. Over here. It gives the appearance that it is so right now because it hasn't exploded all the way. But when it explodes, it's going to explode in so many places all at once. Because, like I said, it's being spread for so long, and and this has a long incubation period of minimum of 14 days. I mean, on top of the 14 days, but it can be up to 21 days in many cases. It's been shown in those other countries. We've learned that it can be up to 21 days. You're walking about, without symptoms, spreading it, shedding the virus, and then boom, you fall sick, and
Well, do you agree with the actions that have been taken so far with the travel ban mentioned by the president and then the sporting events being canceled?
Well, the European, perhaps a little too late, but that's fine. Everything like that helps a little. He did real good at first. As far as the China and the ban that he bragged an awful lot about. Unfortunately, we're wasting that little few weeks that we could have gained in time when he did that. We wasted them, and for a long time, I know media, the administration, and the media always talked about what's going on in China, what's happening over there. Wow, look at that over there. I mean, it's like a freak show. Take a look. I mean, real curious, and not with that is coming to us. That is going to be over here soon. It was just more like people watching accidents on this. Wow, look at what happened over there. And I keep, like, wow, I mean, the language and everything is like that's steady over there, is static. Over there is not coming over here. And, well, sure enough, it got here. So, and now we're running. And, we have 10,000 tests in all the United States performed. Korea does 15,000 a day test per day. They have drive-through testing. So, like I said, we planned to fail by absolutely sitting in our butts. The government not doing anything, not having the test, and it's a total fiasco. So,
have you been tested yourself, partner? Have you been tested yourself?
No, I have not been tested. I've quarantined myself for essentially social quarantine myself for several weeks already. So, I mean, I've been prepared. A lot of people I know have been prepared. And, we lower our social contacts to a minimum, absolute minimum. We don't have to be out there. And so, yeah, I have no need to quarantine myself, to test myself at this point. But, and for what I hear, if I need to, where am I going to go to? Because it's just a crap show, what's going on out there as far as testing, the doctor. And you have to do all this red tape and all this nonsense. This is part of the reason why it's so bad. But in any case, it's more like, case, cluster, boom. I heard, I didn't make that up. I heard that from another source. You're going to hear a case here, there's going to be a case there, there's going to be a cluster, there's a cluster, and then boom, it's all over you. Okay, that's how it's been going on, and I'm sure that's how it's going to be in the state of Florida, in which they're putting profits and things ahead, and other than the health of the people. So, you need to assume that it's just about by now, quite everywhere. The odds of catching in, they're not as high as they're going to be probably in 3 more weeks. If you're coming in contact unknowingly, but nonetheless, you should start already from now as much as possible, isolating yourself and, taking this serious and being really careful, keeping people away from you, as much as possible, and staying away from crowds and people. And if you have friends, like I said yesterday, the other day, if you have friends and people who just blows it all and think this nonsense, be leery of them, because if they're not taking it serious, they're going to bring it to you, because they're obviously, by definition, they're not taking any precautions. So they're going to bring it to you and get you infected, and apologies later out of their little, who cares, right? You can say sorry you want, but you brought this home. So you need to protect yourself from people who are callous and disregarding of this, and or at least educate them. At least you should try to educate them into that this is serious. And like I said, it's better to be overly cautious, as apparently all agencies and a lot of people, other institutions are being, than being sorry and having to mediate, and
Gotcha.
fix what they broke.
Well, all right, partner. Well, thank you for the call. Thank you for the call. We've got another caller here. Appreciate it. And understand.
Thanks,
thank you for listening. And we just had another caller there. If you want to go ahead and call back, 622-962. If you have any opinions you'd like to share and anything else, give us a call, 622-9622. As we've had the gentleman who just called there, we had him on yesterday, and he did call at the beginning of the week. If you'd like to share your opinion, that's a little less devastating, if you will, but you'd like to share concern or anything like that, like I said, give us a call, 622-9622. And, it's one thing to say, of course, that, this is something serious and it's to be paid attention to and everything else. But it's another thing to just charismatically pretty much force panic, if you will, at this point, or grace concern on a negative outlook. I don't know. I wanted to give him the appropriate amount of time to get his point across, and I think the point is obvious there, probably within the first 30 seconds, that this is a doomsday kind of thing. But, at the end of it, be smart, commonsensical. It is worth taking a second to understand it and recognize that there's things we can do to help prevent the spread, and to be smart about the ideas of information and trying to get the correct information on it. And with that being said, too, I wanted to point out, in lieu of what we had yesterday with County Commission Kathy Bryan in the studio, for those who do have questions and concerns related to COVID-19 in Florida, and they recommend please contact the health department, who is dedicated with the COVID-19 call center. You can give them a call, 1-866-779-6121, and that call center is available 24 hours a day. As of right now, again, there are no confirmed cases in Marion County. But however, the health department urges everyone that thinks they may have been exposed to contact the health department immediately. During regular business hours, the number to contact would be 352-644-2633. That's 352-644-2633. For the after hours, if later in the evening, if you feel the same thing, you can get in touch with them, 1-866-568-0122. And they're dedicated to get that information as much as they can to you. Additional information from, the CDC has provided local health departments and commercial laboratories with testing kits, and the primary health care provider has been provided advisor to refer to. Give us a call, 622-9622. We just had a caller there earlier, and I think I just couldn't quite get to you as I was switching. If you'd like to give us a call back. We come to the top of the 9 o'clock hour. We'll continue to have the conversation. I think we may still have Martin Suter in to talk maybe a little technology and stuff that's been going on, just to try to maybe circumnavigate the conversation a little bit to a little something else. But you're listening to AM Ocala Live, and that's part of it here, is keeping you a little bit informed and a little bit entertained, nonetheless. We're going to take a short little break, and we'll be back after this. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
The largest aerospace expo in the South, Sun and Fun, returns to the skies of Lakeland March 31st through April 5th. It's not just an air show, it's everything aviation in 2020. Walk among hundreds of aircraft and be amazed at air shows with breathtaking aerobatic displays by the world's top pilots. See mighty warbirds in flight, from vintage bombers to modern fighter jets, and feel the heat of a 1,000-foot wall of fire. Plus, new for 2020, our STEM-tastic pavilion with dozens of interactive activities for all ages. Oh, and let's not forget the precision flying of the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds. Take advantage of the Florida Resident Weekend Special, Saturday, April 4th and Sunday, April 5th, and get 3 shows for the price of 1. Come Saturday, stay for the night air show with its amazing Star Dance Spectacular drone light show, aerobatic flyers, plus a fireworks display. Then return Sunday for an additional show for free. Children under 10 are free, so make plans to bring the whole family and experience the past, present, and future of aviation at the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo. Visit us at flysnf.org.
Adam here. Join me Wednesday, the 18th, when Aaron Porter, Marketing and Public Relations Manager, and Alan Panksa, Chief Executive Officer, will be my guest at 10:30 to tell us about the exciting things happening at the Gainesville Regional Airport and why it makes sense to fly local. Again, that's 10:30 on the 18th on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source. Fly Gainesville. It's close and it's easy.
Jean Powell, past Chamoy. Jean and Debbie thank you for another successful year and to wish you peace, love, and joy in 2020. Now is the perfect time to fence row spray for weed control, rototilling for your winter gardens, and stump grinding. We are family owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm ready. Powell Jean, GENE at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Jean Powell, past Chamoy. 352-629-2440. Jean is a proud United States veteran.
Sunny and warm today, high 83 to 87. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, low 60. Tomorrow, Sunday and Monday, warm with more sunshine than clouds. High tomorrow, 85 to 88. High Sunday, 84 to 89. High Monday, 84 to 87. Tuesday, partly sunny and remaining warm. High 85 to 89. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian.
WOCA.
WOCA Ocala, AM Ocala Live. As we come to the top of the 9 o'clock hour, you're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. We are streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio. As we come back from the 9 o'clock hour, we'll have Martin Suter in the studio to talk a little bit. If you guys like to give us a call, 622-9622, and we'll be back right after this. WOCA, The Source.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. More people are being tested for coronavirus in some other countries every day than have been tested in the United States at all. Dr. Anthony Fauci with the National Institutes of Health tells Fox.
Going back, the situation was not optimal. It didn't function the way we'd like it to have functioned. But going forward right now, with the private sector involved, you're going to see a major escalation of capability of getting people tested when they want it.
Sophie Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's wife, has coronavirus.
She released a statement saying that while she's, quote, experiencing uncomfortable symptoms of the virus, she'll be back on her feet soon. The Prime Minister's office says he has no symptoms, but as a precautionary measure, he will be in isolation for 14 days.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. More than 1,600 cases of coronavirus are confirmed in the U.S. with 40 deaths. There could be a vote on a relief bill in Congress today. America's listening to Fox News.
America is a great big country.
Filled with all kinds of different people.
And we all count.
That's why the 2020 census
Wants to make sure we're all counted.
Why is it so important?
Because the census helps inform how hundreds of billions of dollars will be spent each year for things like
New roads, health clinics,
Even more school programs.
So make sure you're counted.
Because you count.
Shape your future. Start here. Complete the census at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
Happening across the nation right now.